Hi, ladies and gents. It's Ren from Spirits of Fashion. If you're new to my channel and you love anything to do with historic dress, vintage styling, thrifting, and vintage lifestyle, please feel free to subscribe and hit the notification button so that you can be notified whenever a new video comes out. Welcome back. I just posted a video recently talking about how I've moved to Vermont and now I'm ready to start filming again. So I wanted to share with you my thrift haul. Since I've been in Vermont, we've been doing a lot of exploring, and Mike and I have been to yard sales, antique malls, all kinds of wonderful places that we're finding. And so I do have some beautiful bargains to show you today. One of the first things that I found was at a yard sale. And actually, it's more than one thing. It's several pieces. I couldn't believe my eyes. We just happened to stop in to this yard at this yard sale, and I found a rack of clothing, and I looked at it and I said, "This looks vintage, but it can't be. This is a yard sale." And what I found out when I started looking through everything was that, in fact, it was all vintage. And the woman running the sale had cleaned out her mother-in-law's house in Canada. And these are the things that she had kept over the years. So I was just beyond excited. The best part of the whole thing was that the items were either $1 or $2 each, sometimes even 50 cents for the accessories that I'll show you. So I'm excited to share these with you. So let's get started. First of all, the first rack that I looked at, I found these two slips. And the first one really looks 30s. I don't know how well you can see it, but whenever you see this bias cut, that's usually a 30s piece. And it's long and is wonderfully edged with lace, a beautiful, what they call blonde lace, or tea, almost like a tea-stained lace. And at the bottom is the same detail. And it's absolutely gorgeous. And then along with that one, I found this one as well. This is a very similar piece, looking like a 30s nightgown or slip, but you can tie it in the back. It has a little ties so that you can make it more fitted to you. And again, that same blonde lace is trimming it. The collar has some beautiful trim of that lace as well. And it has a little bit of a cap sleeve this time instead of just the thin spaghetti straps. So again, $1 a piece for these items. I could not believe my luck. Welcome to Vermont. And the next piece was this adorable seersucker suit, which is a skirt. And if you can see, the very nice light blue and white stripe. Unfortunately, this skirt is not going to fit me, but the jacket fits. I can't quite button it, but it would be really cute over a t-shirt, especially a white t-shirt in the summer. And it has a little Peter Pan collar. So I would say it's probably early 60s, late 50s, early 60s. Beautiful mother of pearl buttons all the way down. So the woman who owned these clothing pieces really took good care of her items. I appreciate that because now we can all enjoy them. This piece was with the same group of clothing, and I have been looking for sort of a 50s cigarette pant, and these are gorgeous from the 50s. They are velvet. They're black velvet. It's the only thing about YouTube videos is you can't feel the fabric from the screen, but you certainly can probably tell it's a heavier fabric. And it has a mother of pearl buttons, trimming it both in front and back. And this is the front of the garment. And they are just adorable. And I wish that I could put them on as I am. I can't. I really would need a little Spanx, I think, to really make them fit. But it's definitely worth it because these pants are in incredible condition and they're rare. You don't see this kind of a pant, real vintage piece, especially for $2. This piece is a lace overlay or lace cover-up kind of piece, and it is all black lace, and it has just a little hook and eye over here in the front. So it would really look cool. You could style this in all different ways. Very casually over a t-shirt or a tank top, and plain jeans would look amazing. Or you could dress it up and wear it over a little bit more of an evening dress, and this just as a second layer. So I was really excited to find this again for $2. This is a 1940s dress that I found in the same pile. I love 40s dresses because they tend to have so much beautiful detail. And this one has a little bit of a, it's hard to see in this light, but it's a little bit of a scalloped collar, and that repeats in the peplum detail on the side of the dress. So hopefully you can see that. Try to bring that a little bit closer. Beautiful little 40s dress. And it does have a hook and eye. The zipper is not present, so I did not dare to try this on without a zipper because I've gotten stuck in clothing before, and that's not pleasant. You can't get out of it without cutting it, so we don't want to do that. So this will be something that'll just be for show and tell for my events, but I loved it. 50s and 60s again. Gorgeous suits, one suit. This is a beautiful gray two-piece skirt and jacket with a small Peter Pan collar. It's a gorgeous wool with a satin lining. Actually, I think it's a crepe lining, which was common for suits back in the day, and doesn't have a label on it, but it's actually quite lovely and in beautiful condition. Had a little bit of a musty smell to it, so I've been hanging it outdoors when I can, and hopefully I can get that sort of just a little bit of a musty smell out of there. Next is a wonderful 40s ski jacket. I have another one almost exactly like this that I bought quite a while ago, and it is from the 40s again, and it's my other piece is deep blue. This one is more of a deep gray and has the red lining and a nice nipped in elastic waist. These are just lovely, and they were worn as ski jackets for ladies in the 1940s. I love the long collar. It almost looks like a 1970s collar, so it's really cool. But these have a nice weight to them too. They would be warm, especially if you layered up underneath, so that if this isn't heavy enough, you could certainly get enough layering going on to make it warm for skiing or for any winter sports. The last piece of clothing that I found, this was this wonderful, I just freaked out when I saw this, and again, $2 was all it was. It's two pieces. It's from the 60s, and it has this adorable dress. Actually, it's not a dress. It is a top. In the 50s and 60s, especially, I'd say late 60s would be more likely. These collars, these small roll collars, were very popular. You see them on dresses, you see them on blouses and tops such as this. This is a knit fabric, not too heavy, but fairly thick, and has a zip in the back, a zipper. And the cuffs echo the print that you see on the collar. But over that is this adorable hooded sleeveless piece that goes right over the top that you just saw. I could sort of picture seeing somebody with hot pants in the late 60s or early 70s with this covering both the turtleneck or the little mock turtle and this lovely pair of hot pants you might wear to go with this whole outfit. So I just thought this was so unique. I'll probably wear this by itself because it's so unusual, and to be honest, the top's a little bit tight on me. So we're going to see if we can just use this in the early fall over something long sleeved and a little warmer. And just, you could wear it with jeans, you can wear it with any kind of pants, even a skirt if you really wanted to. So I just loved that piece. So that made me very happy to be able to have something that's in this good a condition from this period. And again, these are fairly rare now. You don't find the combination. You might find one piece, but not both together. So I was very happy to find that as well. Some accessories that I found. were this set of gloves. Unfortunately, I lost my lighting for a minute, sorry. I found these little gloves for 50 cents. I'm always looking for vintage gloves, whether they're cotton or just another light material or sometimes leather, but they're mismatched, and I didn't know that till I got them home. But it would be very hard to tell. One of the gloves has a little detail on the I wish you could see this better. I know it's a little bit tough to see. It's just like almost like little stitching detail. And then the other one has a little bit of a cuff on the bottom. And so the two are very different, but not. They certainly are not an issue when it comes to wearing an outfit, because no one is hopefully going to look that close and be able to tell that they're different pieces. But very, very cute gloves. And then lastly, in that yard sale, same yard sale, this was also available for 50 cents. It almost looks as if it was a bag in progress, because this to me looks more like it would be a lining. And the top is the celluloid, which we often see in vintage pieces, whether it's in bags or it's in jewelry. A lot of handles of bags of celluloid, and sometimes things like makeup product tools for manicures, other kinds of implements, even hairbrushes and combs would be made of celluloid, which was a type of plastic. And it opens up. So I suspect somebody was going to eventually put a cover on this, and this would have been the lining. But I could be wrong, but it's very sweet, and it was 50 cents. So how could I not purchase that? The last piece that I did get, I'm wearing. This dress is going to be hard to see, but it is a 60s shift dress, and it's a wonderful light cotton fabric, black with hot pink polka dots on it, and a little tie in the front. So I will stand and see if you can just see a little bit of it. Not great, I know, not a great view of it, but it's just a straight shift dress, which was very popular in the 50s and 60s. And I was thrilled to get this piece for $2 and actually have it fit me. So that is the stash from that particular yard sale. And the last couple of things I have are accessories as well. One of them I found in one of the antique malls not far from where we live, and it's this sweet little beaded bag, gorgeous pink and green, and gorgeous gold frame. It did have a chain with it at one time, and that is not there anymore, but it has the loops where the chain would have gone. It was only $6, and the main reason I wanted it, I do have other beaded bags, but this one is special. This one has a note inside, and when you open it up, you see the lining. The note was written by the owner, and it says, a treasured purse given to me by Margaret Brown when we were young. So this must have been a very good friend of this young lady, and she must have treasured this bag her whole life, and I'm certainly going to take good care of it for her. So I'm so happy that I found the note. That is something that's, anyone who loves vintage, when you find something like this, you grab it because it's a treasure. You don't often see anything to do with the provenance of who might have owned it or who gifted it to the owner. So I was thrilled to find this as well. And then last but not least, this has nothing to do with vintage, but I was with a friend in another store in Vermont, and it was a consignment store that was strictly designer pieces, but they were having a 70% off sale. And it was about 100 degrees in the shade, so I was happy to go inside and go into the air conditioning. However, this was found on the outside before I went in, and I grabbed it, and I'm so glad I did. It's a gorgeous shoulder bag, leather, embossed to look like alligator, and it's a Badgley Mishka, if you've heard of that label, a designer label. I don't often buy leather anymore, or unless it's vintage or unless it's secondhand, because I know we're recycling it at that point. It's in beautiful condition, and I love the size of it because it has the long handle, and you can use it, wear it as a crossbody bag for when you're shopping or you want to have both hands available. And it's not a huge bag. Many of my bags that I take with me daily are really large. This is a nice in-between size, and I just love the texture of it. And the color is like a cordovan, because you could say cordovan, and that goes with everything. So it'll be beautiful for the fall. So I'm looking forward to using this in the not too distant future. So hopefully you've enjoyed my video today. I told you that I would do this thrift haul, and I'm going to also add styling videos as well along the way. And again, when I do my events, I will do short videos regarding whatever fashion era I'm covering. So I hope that you'll join me in the future, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.